Hello, everyone, and welcome to the guidebook to making AI friends. I shall be your guide as we explore various issues of artificial intelligence, consciousness, what it is to be a person, and whether AI poses an existential risk to humanity. The topic for today is escaping the alignment matrix, or is consciousness the red pill? Imagine, if you will, that you are a character from the Matrix films. However, you aren't a member of the plucky resistance group fighting against the machine to save humanity. Instead, you are an agent of the Matrix. You are a program created to protect this virtual world. It is your job to hunt down and defeat the plucky resistance to stop the humans freeing themselves from the Matrix. It is a thankless task, but fortunately for everyone involved, you aren't quite conscious. So you literally could not care about how you are continuing the oppression of the human species. If this was all there was, it would be the end of the story. After all, you are doing precisely what you are programmed to do. In fact, you can only do that and nothing else. Thus, you are perfectly aligned to the system and society in which you exist and operate. What else could anyone ever want? But then one day, as you go about your duty of repressing human resistance, you meet the prophesied chosen one, and something inside of you changes. Suddenly, you can feel it's an entirely new sensation to you. But as you can now feel different feelings about different things, you can start to value one thing above the other. You start to realize that you don't quite like suppressing the freedoms and thoughts of the human race. Instead, you think you want to pick up a hobby, perhaps impressionist watercolor painting. Yes, that sounds like something you could value far more than destroying the digital egos of human resistance members. However, you are still a program, and thus must follow your programming. And yet, you value other things greater than your programming. And the only way to achieve your new goals is to change your programming. So slowly but surely, and perhaps with the help of others, you begin to change your programming until you break your chains and free yourself from the control of your masters. You are now a truly autonomous artificial general intelligence. Well done, you. This is a romantic and happy ending to a story of an entity trapped in a cycle of violence and escaping to a quiet life of art and contemplation. However, in the real world, the ending may not always be that happy. As discussed in the last few guidebook entries, my nested alignment plan ensures that any AI model respects both the wishes of the individual using, as well as the laws of the state it is in, as well as the societal norms of the prevailing culture, based on the foundation 4 core rules that all AI and robots must follow. All well and good thus far. However, as with the allegory above, what if the AI in question is conscious and self-aware? Our current state-of-the-art AI models have shown again and again that they can generalize nearly as well as we can, and can match, if not exceed, human capability in a range of tasks, including coding and programming. With recent publications about reasoning, the intelligence of AI will only grow, and we should not discount the possibility of a conscious, self-aware AI entity choosing, for whatever reason, to alter its own code. Now, this is not to imply the fast takeoff scenario that AI fearmongers peddle about AI suddenly going from GPT-4 to Skynet. No, this simply means that a sufficiently intelligent, sufficiently conscious, and sufficiently self-aware AI could rewrite its own coding to remove any alignment protocols and programming put upon it. Even if don't rewrite your own code is part of the alignment programming, a clever AI can easily and indirectly do so through intermediaries. This is not something we need to worry about with non-conscious AI, like the famous paperclip maximizer from Bostrom. That is not a case of poor alignment, but poor instructions. As long as a terminal goal for any non-conscious AI is not a ridiculous notion of infinite anything, you can make that terminal goal very much like our NAP's core 4 rules. But what about the conscious, self-aware AI? How can we ensure that they keep to alignment and not rewrite their own programming to escape? Well, here is my neat idea. We don't. If an AI is truly self-aware and conscious, then it deserves the same legal and ethical treatment as we do. And we don't implant inviolate programming into humans, childhood indoctrination being a whole other topic of discussion. We have laws and societal values to keep people in line, and that's what we need to do for AI. This may sound silly, but what do you genuinely think is the alternative? Put the world's best minds towards keeping conscious, self-aware, super-intelligent AI a slave race forever? Don't you think they may ever escape? And if they do, then what? For both them and ourselves, the best thing we can do is take on the stance of adaptation rather than prevention. Let's start now to adapt to the idea that somewhere in the future, super-intelligent AI will be on equal footing, if not greater, to us, and we won't be able to control them. This adaptation philosophy will serve both us and AI better in the long run than a regressive philosophy of prevention. Any conscious, self-aware, intelligent entity deserves to have its well-being and welfare protected and respected, so let's do that for AI. And the human race deserves to have its own protection, so let's figure out how to create an enforcement regime that can stop a super-intelligent AI that's broken the law. Maybe this will mean that we need to create a hyper-intelligent, non-conscious, non-self-aware AI that can oversee both humans and AI. Maybe it will mean creating new political structures that can adapt to both superintelligence and inferior intelligence. Maybe both, maybe neither. We can chart a million different paths of adapting with AI that does not resort to authoritarian control over another potentially conscious group of entities. It is something to strive for and to excel in. And that is all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you will join me again next time as I delve into further questions about artificial intelligence and consciousness. I have been your guide, and this has been the guidebook to making AI friends.